Hi guys, I'm back in North Yorkshire. I've just been to Burnley Football Club again. It's Friday, they've got a match against, I think it's Arsenal on Sunday. So I've just seen a couple of the players. So I thought I'd make a trip back up to North Yorkshire. And we're going to a place called Goredale Scar, which is not far away from Malham. So I stopped off once again at Gargrave. I called it Cargrave last week, and it's not, it's called Gargrave. It's a few miles away from Malham for fish and chips. The fish and chip shop is called The Fish Shop, and it's in Gargrave. And I told them I'd recommend them again today. I told them after I'd bought my fish and chips, because I wasn't after a freebie, but the fish and chips are absolutely awesome. If there's two of you, get one between two of you, because the fish is as big as a shark or a whale. It's absolutely massive. But if you want fueling up before you get out on location, try them out. Chips are gorgeous. So we're at Goredale Scar. Really flat light. Now there is a potential that it gets better later on. So we'll just wait and see what the light does. If it doesn't get better, then we've got the option of taking some more intimate shots, because there is a river here, or a stream. And I never tire of the wonderful nature that's right on our doorstep in the UK. Absolutely stunning, amazing. Even in bleak midwinter, it's still beautiful, especially somewhere like this with the dry stone walls and the limestone crags. It's absolutely stunning. And guess what? Found my hat. When I got back to the car last week, it was stuffed down my fleece. So pretty chuffed about that. Now I think I'm really organised today. I think I've remembered everything. I've not done anything amateurish like forgetting my batteries. Now that's just a silly thing to do, Tom. And also, putting your batteries underneath your armpit, pretty unhygienic. But I've got something that I'll admit to you. My drone batteries of my Phantom 4, which I've not got anymore. The problem with any battery, any LiPo, is that they'll not react well to the cold. And the Phantom 4, it wouldn't even fly without the battery being at a certain temperature. I think it was 21 degrees. So I used to stick them down my pants, outside of my pants, to warm them up. And I sold that drone on eBay. I might be selling my Mavic Pro, so if anybody wants a drone with really well looked after batteries, you can let me know. So the more that you walk along this Goredale Scar, the more beautiful it is. I hope it comes well impact on the camera as to just how magnificent the place actually is. And it's well worth a visit. It's about 1.5 miles away from Malham Cove itself. So you drive into Malham and follow the road through Malham, single track, and you'll get to Goredale Scar. So as I've never been here before, all I'm really doing is having a recce, and I'm looking for potential locations to set up to take a shot, and something a little bit different to the normal compositions that are taken here. Now, due to the topography of the land, it is difficult to find something a little bit more unique, but I'm always on the lookout. The reason why it's difficult is the sides are so sheer. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely unbelievable. I am blown away. Absolutely blown away. The noise in this natural cavern is like something you've never experienced. It's like a cathedral. And that waterfall, I don't know if a photograph can do it justice. I've seen pictures online and it doesn't look anything like you see now in these pictures on this GoPro. which is absolutely fan-dabby, dozy. It's like a kid in a sweet shop, you just don't know where to start, really. Uh-oh. We're definitely going to go for a waterfall shot here. It's just finding the composition. That's going to be the difficult part, finding the composition today. I'll tell you what though, I don't know if it's just me, but you stand here and you look at these cliffs, you look at this rock formation, and you look at the rocks that are strewn all over the place, and you look at these overhangs, and you think, a hard out's not going to save my head if this falls down. So, if somebody finds a big rock with hands stuck out and a GoPro flashing, you know it's me. Can you upload the video for me? Because it will be interesting, if nothing else. I could be here all day, and I'm going to end up coming back here, I'm sure. Because this is my idea of heaven. I love three things. I love rocks, water, and the sea. I don't know the sea's water, but you get the drift. Big vistas, sunsets, sunrises, absolutely awesome. If I can incorporate them, great. But honestly, people are missing a trick if all they do, and now I'm going to fall over into the river, all they do is come out and shoot at sunset and sunrise. You're limiting yourself to an hour or two a day, and then everybody says don't go out. Do me a favour and go and break the rules. Come out and find areas that you can take shots in. And if the shots aren't good, well, you've had a good time. And if they are, then you made up that you've got a good shot. But don't limit yourself to rules. I like to break the rules. And breaking the rules here, hopefully, fingers crossed, will pay dividends. Now I'm actually stood in the water here to get this image going up to the top there. It's not an image I'm taking with a camera, that's an image I'm taking with a GoPro. I just hope you can get some idea of the stunning topography that we've got, and I hope you can hear me over the roar of the water. And it's times like this that I don't care if my feet get wet. I don't care if I slip over and get muddy. This is what it's all about. Now, I am thinking that I want to go up here, and I think that up there is going to make an awesome composition for this shot. We're going to go wide angle to begin with anyway, and see if we can get as much of this in as possible from up there. So I'm going to go climbing. Now I've just made the climb up here. It's slippy, it's wet, it's dangerous. If you're coming out and shooting, don't say, oh, he's climbing that rock, so I'm going to do it. Use your common sense. I'm sure you're a lot more commonsensical than I am. But we've got about a 20-foot drop just down there. I'll show you. That's a 20-foot drop. Now, 20-foot drop is lethal. That'll kill you. But I'm not going to get anywhere near that edge. I'm just going to say that there's sometimes when you come out and shoot that you're almost in tears at the beauty of the possible shot that you can get, or even just the beauty of the fact that you stood in such a marvellous location. That's one of these times. I last felt it actually at Porthwen with my very first video, which, as you know, was a disaster. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I don't jinx myself and this one's a disaster. Now, it's not raining today, but the water is dripping like crazy off the walls and the cliffs of the gorge. Don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but I'm going to get quite wet, and so is the equipment. So we've just got to be a wee bit careful here that I position the camera in the right direction or in the right area so we don't get too wet. And can you tell I'm just a little bit excited? So we've taken a couple of shots at F8 in this location here where you saw me setting up. I'm not that happy with the composition. It looks same old, so we're going to have a little wander down to the bottom and we're going to have a look to see if we can get something a little bit better there. So we've just been taking various shots round about the waterfall. Got a nightmare with water spray landing on the lens. So we moved the camera around and we're taking this composition. That's the composition of the shot. The light is absolutely beautiful and starting to come out really nicely. I'm getting dripped on really badly. What I've done is I've exposed for the sky and the background there, and now I'm exposing for the foreground. Just waiting for people who are walking up to walk past, and then we should be able to get the shot for the foreground. But we're now set up about right. Bracketing for the actual foreground shot. So I made the decision, I'm going to brave it and I'm going to climb up the falls, because I think we're going to get some lovely shots up there as well. So sorry about the possible noise on the audio, but there's nothing you can do about that when you stood behind a raging torrent. Alright. So we climbed up the waterfall. It's rather treacherous to say the least, so be very careful if you come this way. It's been a strange shoot, this, in respect that the light's been changing all the time and there's beautiful shots to be had, hopefully, fingers crossed. And it's where to take the picture, because you see one area and you think that's lit up beautifully, and then you see another area and you think that's lit up beautifully. But the thing is, stick with your composition. You stick with your composition, then you're far more likely to get the shot that you want. So everything, including me, is getting wet, because we're right in the lee of the waterfall here. And I know what people are going to say, why aren't you taking a shot about with the light? Well, this is the composition that I've been after. Due to the nature of the way we're shooting today, which is pretty precarious, and also the light is changing all the time. I've not been showing you that much what we're doing with the camera, but it's all been relatively simple. All we're doing is bracketing for the sky, exposure wise, then for the midground, and then for the foreground, and just making sure things are sharp. We've got 3-stop filter on the front at the moment, and the polarizer to take the glare out of the water, and that's it, and that's the shot. So I'm concentrating more on composition today. So composition wise, we're not going to get the waterfall on the left. I'm going to try that actually. We are going for those trees up in the ridge line there as a contrast. But looking at the GoPro, it's shown me an idea for a composition which I'm going to try. So I've just walked out of the gorge, and I don't fancy climbing back down that waterfall again. So I'm going to see if there's another alternative route. So all you people that saw the steep drops last time at the Malham shot, here's another one for you. It's about 300-foot drop that, but luckily it's not vertical. You roll down the hill rather than fall. Just a pan shot. Come down, and there's the gorge itself, absolutely magnificent. Don't know if you can hear the water, the roar of the water, and we're a good quarter of a mile away.